Okay, this problem is, okay, Anela, are you still there?
Yes,
Yep.
I am.
This problem is a complex figure. It has actually L shape, but we can think about this to be two prisms, and then we can separate this into two equal shapes. So if I try to copy the same, they have this link that is 12 inches. Okay. And then it shows that the tall is about 10 inches. And then also they showed that if I make this as 2 centimeters, for example, I'm going to make it that way. So I'm using parallelity of lines to help. So it would be a little bit longer. Okay, and okay. Okay. Okay, so this is a first phase there, and then I can also make these. I want to show you how you work. So look at this. This is a 2D shape, but from 2D shape you can create a 3D shape. So if I take this line to be a parallel like that, I can use my smaller, my triangular ruler, and I can make a parallel line that goes from this angle. What is beauty of this? These two lines are the same linked. So and then also this one height is also the same linked like this one. So wherever you have a line in a shape is rectangular prism, the parallelity shows you that this height is the same as this. So if they give you value here 4 and 1/2, so is this line. And so you will see that if I go now and I make a parallel lines, also the one right here is going to be same as this one right here. So I can make a parallel line there. Sorry. And go. And then also I needed to there. And also if I look this one, it's going to be parallel to this. And as well as to this one. Okay, and then this one here, if I move my ruler, it's going to be parallel to the last one that I have. Okay, so when we look at the picture, that is, they gave us here 4 inches. And they gave us here to be 4 and 1/2 inch. And then we have the 10 inches, this line, 12 inches, this line, and 4.5 inches, that line. So far, they also give us this, if you don't see it, there are little dashes. Those are the lines that we cannot see because it's a closed figure, it's a 3D. Sometimes these lines are telling us that there are on other side are faces that we cannot see. But it's good to know that they exist, okay? So it's about so like that. And the best I could. So making these there. Okay, so this is like the best, but I want to show you with my color. What do I mean by it? So if I have this linked to be so this is 4.5. So is this one, okay? And then if I have this to be 4.5, so is this one, okay? And if I have this one to be 4, and then so is this one, so is this one, so is this one, so is this one. So you have to see that in a case you needed these, they are all should be the 4 inches long. So if I wanted this one to know what it is, that is exactly 4 inches, and it is because the parallelity of lines, and then here is the value of that one. Okay, if they gave us um so you have this. Now we needed to figure it out which way we would like to cut this shape in order to make it 2 prisms instead of 1. You have 2 choices. You can do this way, horizontal way. So you're going to have this smaller box, and then down you're going to have a bigger box. Or you can do vertically, and then you will have this box and then this over here. So maybe if we cut it horizontally, let's do horizontally.
Yeah, I feel like that's easier.
Yeah, you can see that if you cut it horizontally, you will I will make this one to be like green box. And then I will have this one to be a pink box. So I'm trying to color it to make it more interesting, okay? And when you know, then we have now 2 prisms. We just needed to find the correct values so we can multiply and find the volume of 1 and add it to volume of 2. So what this means is that we have, if this is volume 1 and that's a volume 2, these two will be together. Volume 1 plus volume 2 will give us volume of the whole L shape. So we can start with the volume 1, and we need what is the formula for volume?
Length times width times height.
Bravo. Good job. Okay, so now what I'm gonna look for the values and I'm gonna substitute that. If I do this pink, what is the length?
The length is 12.
Bravo, 12 inches. It goes from this point to this point. That's a length. Okay, and then width, how deep?
The width is 4.
Mm-hmm. 4 inches. And the height is
4 1/2.
4.5. Bravo, 4.5 inch. Okay, and then now I'm gonna just leave the inches away. So can you help me? What would you do first?
Multiply 12 times 4.
Bravo. So I'm gonna put parenthesis around. What is 12 times 4? An
12,
inch times inch.
12 times 4 is 48. An inch times
Mhm.
inch is squared inches.
That's right, square inches. Bravo. Bravo, my dear. And then I need to multiply with 4.5 inch. Okay. So now by using distributive property, you can tell me how I can multiply 48 inches squared inches by 4.5 inch.
48 squared inches times 4 and then 48 squared inches times 1/2.
Bravo. Good job. Okay. So I'm going to write it down. So 48 inch cube times 4 and plus 48 4 inches, sorry, and 48 square inches time half an inch. Okay, let's go.
Um,
We can use this area here to calculate.
okay.
48 times 4 equals what? 4 times
Um,
8 is
4 times 8 is 32. So put the 2 down and carry the 3. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19.
oh,
And you
so
get
this is
192.
an inch squared times inch is
Cubic inches.
bravo. Okay, and now I want you to think that multiplication means same as of.
It's 48 halves
Okay, 48 halves. So
and
this 48 halves, or what is a half of 48?
it is 24.
Bravo, 24, and again it's cubic inches. And then volume 1, it's really, forget to put volume 1 everywhere. Volume 1 is equal to,
Um equals, you need to add them.
mhm,
Um, and that equals 216
bravo, what? 216 what?
cubic inches.
Cubic inches. Bravo. Oh, so we just found how much is the this pink prism. And what is it next to do?
Next, volume 2.
Volume 2. Okay, so I'm going to move it this little bit over here. And then volume 2 is equal to length times width times height. Volume 2 is equal to, now what would be linked if you look this prism?
The length is 4 and 1/2
4 and
because if you look at it, it's the same.
bravo, and that is 4 and 1/2. You bet. Parallelity lines, 4 and 1/2. Okay, what would be the width? How deep is it?
4 inches.
4 inches. I'm just gonna put 4 right now. I will not use the
Yeah.
inches because you know inch times inch makes cubic inches, and that's what we are working with. So, but it's easier without for calculation. Okay, and
Now
then
the
height
height.
is, what would be height?
Since this height it was supposed to be 10, but you have to take away 4 and 1/2 because over here on this side um there's 4 and 1/2.
Bravo. That's
You have to take it away.
exactly. Wow. So what would be then the 4 and 1/2 plus what makes 10?
Then you have 4 and 1/2.
4 and 1/2
Wait,
and
no,
four
no,
and
no.
a half
Five,
makes
five, 5 and 1/2.
5 and 1/2. Bravo. I'm so impressed. That's right. So beautiful. So then we have a height that it's 5 and 1/2. Okay, and then volume 2 would be, what would you like to multiply first?
Um, 4 and 4 times 4 and 1/2.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's 4 times 4.
Okay, 4 times
That's
4 equals, 4 times 4 is 16,
4 times,
correct?
and then 4 times 1/2 equals 16 plus
Mm,
4 half.
mhm. What is the 4 halves?
Four halves is 2 wholes.
That's right. Boom. That's exactly. And then we need to multiply by that. Okay, so volume 2 is equals, now you have 18 times 5.5. Volume equal to equals. Okay, so what do you do?
18 times 5 plus 18 times 1/2.
Good. What is 18 times 5?
18 times 5 is 90.
Okay. What is a read this as a of. I want you to feel it and understand it. Say one
Eight,
half
1/2
of,
18.
no, say one half of
Yeah, one
18.
half of 18.
That's right. What is one half of 18?
It is 14. No, wait. No, sorry.
Okay. Two
It,
times what
it is
makes
9.
18?
Is 9.
You bet. I know you can do it. You're super nice. So it's all is 99 of what?
99 cubic inches.
Bravo. And then now, final step. What are we going to do for final step?
Now we just have to add 216 cubic inches and 99 cubic inches.
Okay. Equals 216 cubic inches plus 99 cubic inches. And then volume of this complex figure is
315 cubic inches.
okay.
And
Very
I also
nice.
got, that was the second one I got wrong.
That's you did awesome job. I'm so proud of you. Look at how much work we did
Thank you.
together. So and how thinking was deep and how smart you are. I'm so proud of you. Um, and you should be proud of yourself.
Should I turn in my work or?
You can submit it, and that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop.
I got 100.